All right, so now we're going to see how to find missing lengths within these right triangles. They didn't give us the similarity statement to begin with, which is helpful. Given that triangle PQR is similar to triangle QSR, what is QS? So let's look at the picture and just take a look at the two triangles they're looking at. PQR, so from P to Q to R, so we're looking at the big triangle, is similar to triangle QSR. Here's QSR. So we learned in the last video that a right triangle that has an altitude drawn in hitting the hypotenuse gives us three right triangles that are all similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to redraw the blue triangle and the green triangle the way that we did the last one. So let me show you what that means, what we're going to do. We're going to redraw them like this, where it's really clear. We have our right angle. We're going to put the long leg on the left and the short leg on the bottom. As long as we set these up the same way, then it's going to be really easy for us to work with. So in the blue triangle, let's identify the right angle. So here's the blue triangle. The right angle is right here at Q. So we know that this is going to be a Q. Now we want to identify the short leg. So is the short leg Q to P or is it Q to R? And they even have the lengths labeled for us. We can see 15 is smaller than 20. Q to R is the short leg. So that means that R goes over there. And then the long leg is from Q to P. So we're going to put a P up here. All right. Now, before we get too far into that, let's draw our green triangle. And I am not drawing these to scale, you guys. Obviously, the blue one is much bigger than the green one, but I want to get these drawn in a way that's going to be easy for us to work with. So that's what we're doing. All right, first, let's identify the right angle. If we look at our green triangle, the right angle is right here at S because we know we have a right angle over there. So this is S. And now we know that the short leg is going on the bottom. So QR is the hypotenuse. Remember, the legs connect to the right angle. So SR and SQ. SR is the short leg, so that makes this an R right here. And from S to Q, that is the long leg, so we have a Q up there. And if you look, the way that we have drawn this, triangle PQR, so P to Q to R, is similar to QSR, Q to S to R. So we have drawn it in a way that our corresponding sides are lined up. PQ is proportional to QS. QR is proportional to SR. PR is proportional to QR. All right, so now let's go ahead and label what we know. In the picture, we can see that QP is 20. So we go to our picture, from Q to P, let's go ahead and label that 20. We also can see that QR is 15. So QR down here is 15. In the green triangle, we can see that QR is 15. We can see that SR is 9. So SR is 9, and then they're asking us to find QS. So which triangle has the QS? That is going to be the green triangle. Here's the QS right there. We don't know what that is, so I'm just going to go ahead and put an X. That's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, now that we have everything corresponding kind of laid out nicely, we're going to set up a proportion. We can see that we have PQ and QS are proportional. So we can take PQ 20 over QSX. And now I have to, because I started with a blue triangle, I have to start with the blue triangle again. 15, I'm going to set that equal to 15 over, I need to find its corresponding side over here. The way that we drew this makes this helpful. We can see that QR corresponds to SR. So I'm looking for that 9. This 15 part of this green triangle we're not going to use. So that is a 9. And now that we have a proportion, we can cross multiply and solve. So 15 times x is 15x. 20 times 9 is 180. Divide both sides by 15, and we get x equals 12. Well, in the picture, x was that QS, right? So we know that QS equals 12. That's what they asked us to find. And then just another thing to take note of is that QS is also the altitude of the big triangle, PQR. So let's just make a note. We also just found the altitude of triangle PQR.